Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dozenspeed Answers Your Comments Live, the questionable experiment where I attempt to answer viewer comments on my videos and posts and things for people who have nothing better to do than watch the computer screen of some old guy with a YouTube channel feebly trying to cope with technology. It's Saturday night, January 3rd, 2026, and this is the third effort for this seemingly basic and obvious idea. I can't really say I've seen anybody do it quite like this, and just wonder, is there some probably very good reason for that I'm naive of? I guess we'll find out. But I thought the live stream last week was a lot of fun, and it went a little better, so I was wanting to do it again. I've gotten some comments in the last few weeks, and I answered a couple of them, but I'm trying to sandbag them now. And I don't know how often I would do these or how well it'll work, but I don't know, it's an idea I had. And I think I'm a little better prepared this time. And I have my levels set good and stuff. Now I just need to... I think I figured things out before they changed all the buttons around on me again. Alright, there we go. Now we have the YouTube screen. That helps. No. Okay, good. There we are. Now that's set up. I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat in case one comes in. But otherwise, I'm going to move on to the project at hand. And that would be this tab. Okay, so what I did wrong last time was I had these sorted by most important, which, you know, who gets to decide that? So I think I've done it properly this time, sorted by newest. And of course, first I like to check real quick to see if there's any held ones, and there are not. So that's nice. All right. So, pardon me. The newest one here is on my January 2nd Happy New Year's post, which I pulled up separately here, ineptly. And I explain how the idea about the channel going out of town and 100th anniversary of Route 66. This will be very relevant to the comments coming up. I did pre-review them, but I'm trying to save the answering of them for this thing. All right, and I'm complaining and explaining I'm going to try to do out-of-town stuff, but maybe some Route 66 stuff. So, we have 3 comments and 8 likes. That's pretty good for me. Okay, TD0911, our member, one of our members. Obviously, we remember him. A brief and unofficial history of QT. Quick trip, I presume. Okay. This seems like a comment for another discussion. Trying to figure out how that relates to what I wrote. Okay, well, Alright, I have to figure out what to say to this guy. Reply. Let's say... that would be out of character a bit, but not out of the realm of possibility, which I did not spell very good at all, as I operate with the world's most frustrating keyboard. We live in the future. Oh, we can't cheat. Okay, now I can? It wasn't complaining when I did it the first time. There we go. Possibility. Now I need a confused emoticon or something. Let's see if I have one of those. Not the pithiest live stream you've ever seen, I bet. Come on. Alright, it's some kind of emoticon. Alright, now for our fun trick here. Let's just do this. That's why I did this. So this is handy. Kerplunk. And it's not correct. It's a comical amount of professionalism here. Okay. Alright, now we need to save. No, not that. Just, oh no. Okay, I just want to copy this so it's handy for the future, so it doesn't take that painfully long to watch me. Oh, neat. Wow. There we go. This is what happens when I plan ahead. Can you imagine? Oh boy. So, yeah. On the other screen here, I've got this other thing that's supposed to be helping me, and it's absolutely not. It's doing every irritating thing I've never seen or dealt with before as possible. Okay, there, finally, I have it settled. Now, am I done with this? That would be out of character. Wait, that would be out of character a bit, but not out of the realm of possibility. Comment, answer, live, chain, right? Good. Reply. Give it a like. Hard to love that comment because I don't understand it. Okay, now here's the crown jewel comment on this post here. So let's look at another confusing comment from recognized longtime fan Renee. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. It looks French or something. It looks European. And I'm sure I'll pronounce it wrong. I don't James's tools. I don't recall stating my favorite soda before, but sure. Again, I'm confused as to how it's relevant to my post. No offense, Renee. I don't get it. That's the thing about YouTube comments. There's a lot of them that are like this. Now, it's very unusual to get them from these people I know, but maybe they'll explain. That's what's kind of cool about this, is I can badger them to the point they dare not ask or comment on my videos anymore, because the consequences of a follow-up question. It's kind of answered on the thing. Hooray! Need to give this some kind of a happy face so she knows I'm not mad at her. Or Renee, I suppose if it's French, it might be a guy. I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Oh yay, right. See, the emojis don't work. Oh man, they have to make it difficult, don't they? So now I have to go to some other window off screen and make a fake comment just to bring up the emoji window so I can copy paste it into the emoji editor of the poster, whatever it is I'm trying to say. This is hard work. I don't think I'm being paid enough for this. Is anybody watching this? I don't see any comments. I see one concurrent viewer. Alright, we're doing good. We're on top of it. The house isn't on fire and I'm neglecting it. Alright. Now back to what I was doing. Right, we're trying to find an emoticon for Renee. What's appropriate? Some kind of smirking, smug face thing. This looks fine. Copy. Good thing I've got some music going. Okay. Ta-da. Ta-da. Alright, now for the big deal. Historically marked. On the post about Route 66 and my plans for the year. And he says, just remember, if you need any help or information about Route 66, you're always welcome to ask. Plenty of hidden Route 66 gems in St. Louis City alone, as well as Maplewood, Wildwood, and many other surroundings. As I'm sure you know, Route 66 had several alignments in St. Louis during its run, and even though places like Coral Court are long gone, there's still plenty that people overlook. Holy cow. Well, I can talk for half an hour about this comment. This is a perfect chance to maybe save a lot of time writing. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with a much... Oh my gosh. Can you hear that? Appreciated. My friend. It's a nightmare. And I type my scripts on this keyboard. It's gotten really bad, to be honest, in the last couple of weeks. Some days are better than others. Much appreciated. Let's try this again. My friend. bastard owl. There we go. Alright, we're still good on the front. Much appreciated, my friend. The Route 66 topic is a huge can of worms. So I just rambled a bit in response on the how's this supposed to work? Yeah. All right. So, much appreciated. That looks cool. Okay. So here's my ramble about it. Now, let's see. Yes, I do appreciate that very much, and I know you are. You're. I would say you are better educated on Route 66 than I am, and you know, that's okay. I don't have a competitional drive or something. I mean, I do, but I don't have a competitional. Oh, hello. We have someone in the chat. WDB Birmingham 2. I know that name. You've been around a long time. Welcome. Thanks for coming to my lame chat. Okay, so what I was trying to say is, I love the subject of Route 66, and it's very intriguing to me. I know it. I know something about myself is that there's a load of different things I'm interested in that I just only, you know, like to lightly familiarize myself with, because there's just so many cool things in this world, which is why the channel content is what it is. And obviously you can, you know, make a whole channel out of one specific thing. I like trains of all scales and sizes and histories, you know, as an interesting entity. Now, do I know very much about them? I would say not, especially compared to people who are very enthusiastic about trains. I don't know where I'm going with this. The thing is I don't have that. I don't, you know, I admire someone who can focus on one thing and say, I love die-cast model cars, and I know all these histories about companies and models, collectibles and values, and that's great to do such a deep dive into a subject that you truly love. And I don't have a interest in deep diving into much of anything at this point. There was a couple of things throughout my life where I thought I was, but they all kind of faded. And perhaps making videos will too. It seems logical and probable, but I'm hoping it has sort of a universalness that I will stay interested in doing it a little longer than some of the other things I've been interested in. I just kind of go about life fleeting from thing to thing. And when I get myself suitably saturated, I just kind of organically lose interest, perhaps, and I move on. Not to say I grow a disdain for it or anything. Just keep being you. You don't need to focus on only one thing. I appreciate that. A nice little validation. Yeah, I don't know what else to be but me. I've thrown my hands up at this point, saying, well, this is what we got. This is what we got when a human was created called Dozenspeed. Anyway, so yes, absolutely. There's loads of stuff. I'm not short on content or ideas necessarily. I think there's it's one of those things where I could spend all my time trying to dig at Route 66 for views, clout, and audience or whatever as hard as I could, and I know I would barely scratch the surface. So does that give me a hang up? I don't know, maybe, but there it is. But that's not an excuse to not play at all. How many Route 66 videos have I done? I want to say 5 or 6, and they're not even necessarily super Route 66y as much as they happen to geographically be related to it. And yeah, it moved around all kinds of places. Like, I'm just recalling from the top of my head here, so don't hold any kind of accuracy to this, but I believe the road was started in 1926, hence the 100th anniversary this year, of course. And from what I read, the route technically changed to some degree, like every single year, until 1933, and then it was essentially locked in at that point. And it was generally unchanged until they, towards the end, I think some bypasses were developing and stuff, but then they officially decommissioned it in 1985. And so that's why the one video I have is the post-1933 alignment, because it went all kinds of crazy places. It came over like basically Chain of Rocks, I think, and down West Florissant through North City at one point. It went around 67 Lindbergh through Creve Coeur at one point. I think it also came down, I want to say like maybe it came down Skinker or something, but it cut down Lindell west of Kings Highway, right in front of all those mansions in front of Forest Park. And then I believe it turned left down Skinker to Manchester, hung a right down Manchester, and on from there. That was sometime probably in the 30s, maybe late 20s. Maplewood was having a heyday, I believe, with Route 66 then, and they were pretty bummed about the moving it away again, and that would be pretty annoying. They keep changing the road on you every time you pass through that part of the country, but pretty sure that's fairly decent synopsis of it. I'm just trying to show off that I'm not completely ignorant of it. But I appreciate it very much, you looking out for me. I know you're a good, you're a positive enthusiast for it, and if anyone here listening or whatever, this is what I should do. If anyone here listening, want a whole heap of more Route 66 stuff, then I have. Historically Marked has done many places throughout all kinds of other states. I actually had I'll save that story for another day. But so, that really wasn't my complaint, as I didn't know what to do. I did get to pass my card to a guy I ran into who is some president of some Route 66 association. Now, I think there's multiple of them, and there's, I don't know how many presidents there are, because there's another guy, he's actually got a channel on YouTube, and he's also some kind of president of some kind of Route 66 association, and see, I just have a passing knowledge of these things, very generally. I want to, I guess just be a conduit between the casual person and maybe the diehard, and just be a connector to illustrate people who don't know anything with people who know a whole lot, and be a suitable matchmaking host presenter thing. Okay, I think I'm done rambling about that, which means I can now hit. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. I think mostly I was whinging about, the budget, which I hate to do, but truth of the matter is, gotta try to loosen some purse strings out there. So he gets a heart and a reply, and that concludes this. Now, speaking of my posts, let's go back to this cheeky number, which really probably couldn't have turned out any better. Honestly, I was probably pushing my limits with this one. I almost feel bad for putting it up. I was feeling a bit grumpy or something. Curmudgeon, that's a good word. I was feeling curmudgeon-y, perhaps. But unfortunately, the big buzzword now is AI and AI slop and limitless artificial competition on the platform. And, I have to say that's a passing interest of mine as well, for obvious reasons. Hold on just a second, I'll be right back. I gotta find this, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had to pause for a drink of frosty beverage. And I didn't want to make a lot of awkward human noises at you. Now I'm all distracted. This is the button I want. Okay, we're still good. Now, everyone's had plenty of time to read this, I'm sure. So, yeah. Bitter much? Maybe. Now, this wasn't the original poll I was writing. I'd been thinking about putting something up like this for a long time, and I think there used to be 5 options on the polls. Now there's only 4, which bumps me out. That limits my creativity, and I don't know why they would do that, but there it is. And only one of the options was AI stuff. I was probably going to say just use AI to do it. But the other ones, they were almost slightly more pragmatic. Oh, I think I was going to make a poll question. See, if I explain this all to you on this live stream, then I don't need to make the poll, because I was actually going to do it. But maybe I'll just skip all that now and tell you about it. One of them was badger the viewer repeatedly with calls to action. Perhaps that would help the channel. Say all of the conventional phrases that are proven to work. I just, I don't want to do that. I'm not really comfortable doing that. And I want to pretentiously not insult the audience. I figure, you know, people generally know how YouTube or social media works. they don't need me repeatedly reminding them like a child. Okay? So there's my pretentious, stuffy take on it. To my delight, this is like the heartwarming interpretation of this, is no one answered this. I mean, let's go to the comments, folks. I did answer this first one that came out right away, and then I started saving the rest here for this live stream. And I was looking at the live streaming screen, trying to make any sense of it. If anyone else is talking, sorry I can't see it. I only see the 2 posts from the one viewer. And I'm conflicted because it says concurrent viewers 0, and usually it counts me as 1, so not even I am here watching this according to YouTube. So I don't know how many of you are out there, but thanks. There are no valid options from which to choose. That is correct. I didn't really give you any, and I appreciate that. But I have opened the door to criticism, I think, and I'm aware that there's always going to be a voice of negativity out there, and I'm willing to give them an option. The give up option, and the reason for that is because I feel like it's truthful and realistic. The best way to deal with it is if someone wants to be, I think I'm pretty realistic about where I stand here, so I don't want to try to brag above my means or anything. And if you think what I do is garbage, that's fine. At least it's accurate. But with my lovely micro audience, no one would vote on it. Isn't that just lovely? But it's also a subtle, cheeky way to try to humble brag that I write my scripts. I do the narration. Because when you have the numbers I have, and you see the numbers of the choose your own adjective here, it's really hard to justify. It's really hard to justify it sometimes. But I guess on my deathbed, there'll be some moment of satisfaction, some sort of, maybe that's it. Who knows? All I know is I can't help it. I can't help doing it the way I want to do it. We'll just give Renee a heart. Do I say they were featured on the live stream or not? Okay, well here, this will be an easy one. Da-da-da-da. Appreciate it. And of course, should probably not do that, but appreciate it, and then I did talk about it a lot, so there's something for this guy to come back and watch. Sorry about that. There is something for this guy to come back and watch, and therefore I think it's cromulent to do one of these self-referential advertisements, because that's all we do here. You come to the Dozenspeed channel, and we're going to talk about the Dozenspeed channel. That's all self-meta. It's all narcissistic. It's all about me and what I'm doing. That seems suitable. Reply. Heart. Okay, moving on. And then, well, I answered this previously from Alex Mathieson. Pretty much always, yeah, a lot of the same people over and over, which is good. I think that's called an audience. All right. Yes. Another. Yeah, I think this is attempted some kind of dark humor here. That's a dystopian comment, dude. No wonder I didn't heart it. That ship has sailed, I would just have this log sail. Yeah, I mean, I made a backrooms video, or, you know, some kind of cheeky parody entry of, I call it a backrooms video, which is like a hugely popular thing. I mean, it looks like you can't make a backrooms video without it getting 100,000 views, no matter how crummy, no matter how short, no matter how stupid, no matter how out of context it is. All you have to do is just put one up and call it backrooms, and it'll hit tens of thousands of views. And when I tried to get a glint off that ring, I think I got 100, and I thought it was kind of cool. I've definitely seen worse ones or more insulting ones, but that's the way that it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, so anyways, I'm just kind of going over this again for the live stream, and I don't have anything else to say. But here we have Galt for Prez, which perhaps there are other local folk interested in archiving the area's deteriorating facade who may be looking for a Focatecali gifted video journalist with such an eye for preserving a soon forgotten era. That being an area that being an era of popular prosperity. If only I had enjoyed such prosperity, I'd commission the project indefinitely. Well, that would have been sweet. I came into this world with nothing, and I still have most of it left. A classic phrase. So true. I like it. Yeah, I don't want to guess go off on any kind of tangent of this level, but there's a sense that there is a prosperity drought going on at this time. I don't want to think that it's gone forever, but it does seem to be a bit on the cannibalized side right now. This is ponderous, man. Really ponderous. It's an opener for a song from my Um, yeah. I, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what to make of this. I think they. All right. let me interpret this the worst way I can. Okay, it's not. They might be trying to compliment me as a phonetically gifted video journalist. Yeah, I'm just going to. Oh man, what do they call that? Co-opt that take, I think. Obviously, he's talking about me. All right. If that's a compliment, thank you very much. It's kind of over the top, but I appreciate it. I mean, that's my take on it. It has to be my official public relations stance. Obviously, I think my content and the way I do things is worth something, but I don't want to be a bragging blackguard about it. So I want other people to tell me they like it. And I think that's what I'm seeing here. So I don't also want to just, do the self-deprecating joke to death to the point where I don't ever take anything on board either. There's got to be a balance to things, I want to stay. I just kind of want to stay neutral and have a good time, I guess. In most things. How long have I been rambling? 42 minutes. Well, that's okay. I should be trying to move faster, though. This is probably pretty uninteresting. But I gotta figure out if I want to say anything or what I want to say. Oh, right. That's the beauty of the system. I can ramble on, save myself the typing, and then I almost messed that up. Just cop out with one of these. The only problem is that's how that comes out of context. That won't make sense on their notifications or their mailbox or whatever it is. Okay, yeah, I guess there are other local folk, but I'm trying to do some networking here. I guess the local folk. When I read that, something comes to mind that you might be digging at, and I'm going to clarify here. Yes. Well, local folk interested in archiving not just the area's deteriorating facade, but just other, history that's being preserved and surviving and in limbo and deteriorating and disappearing. And I think those sort of folk are like the Sappington folks who have jurisdiction over these things and are willing to let me come make one of my videos of the place. More so than perhaps what you might be alluding to, and that is other people trying to do a thing adjacent to what I'm doing on YouTube themselves. So there's lots of talk in the YouTube community about, collabing. There's always things, invite collaborators and collab with people. And then there's a feature now, and I don't know if I kind of like this or would want this, but you make a video and it's got like both of your channels on it as the people who put it up. And then there's, there's a first, there's a second, and then revenue and views and distortion of the stats and the comps of video to video all seems to be thrown big fat askew. It just seems like an overcomplication to me. So I definitely can't see myself playing with the, social media computer feature aspect of it. Just like I don't need an app on my phone to tell me when my dryer is done drying my clothes. It's just unnecessary electronic faff that just seems unnecessary. I did call myself an old curmudgeon. Okay, we're still good on that front. All right. So there you are, Galt for Prez. This comment was answered on the... I'm just going to do one of these. Thank you. Here's a cop-out. Thank you! Exclamation point. The original canned comment. This emoticon thing, as an emoticon user, I'm feeling underrepresented here. Ta-da-da. And our... Okay, now we're finally done with that. I am getting nowhere slowly. Okay. Let's give this a refresh. Let's check the stream, people. Still says no viewers, but I have 6 views. Oh, I can put a poll up in the chat. All right, let's do that. I'm sorry you can't see this on the screen. I'm going to take a pause here from my project. Just when you thought I couldn't waste any more time, I'm going to play with the YouTube feature here. All right, create a poll, ask a question, optional. Okay, nice and easy. So I've put in my question. There's 2 automatic options, yes and no, which is all I need. And tell me if you think this is amusing, as I do. I think it's amusing. Here we go. Are you watching this stream? Who's gonna click no? No one serious. That's what's hilarious about it. That's why it's funny to me. All right. That's kind of cool. All right. The next comment here is from Charleston Pinball Arcade. I would say he's another guy I know on YouTube who has been supportive and commentive on my videos for a good while now. He does videos too. Well, from Charleston, as in, Carolina. South Carolina, to be more accurate. And, yeah, he's interested in a lot of the things that I am as well. So there's definitely some overlap in the Venn diagram, as they say. And he was nice enough to comment on my wildly successful series, Chef Salad, which the 3rd edition just came out after a 5-year hiatus of no Chef Salads, the annual tradition that isn't. And I thought it came out really nice, and I like the new direction it's going. I think maybe, hopefully, it just needs a little more to catch on. You know, it's kind of off the wall and obscure, and even channel fans don't seem to respond a whole lot to those. But it is what it is, and sorry if that's a phrase you're tired of. I know it's used a lot. But there you have it. And he says, chef it up. Encouraging. Hooray. Give him a heart. And I guess I'm going to put in this phrase just to let him know that I gave him a heart on live stream. Should I change it? Actually, now see, this will be weird and out of context. You can always refer to the live stream for context. Hearted it. On live stream. And I cannot type. Oh, wait, it just doesn't like that word. Well, we'll just have to accept the spelling error. And it likes a dash on live stream, which I keep forgetting the R. Next week, I'm going to go sell some blood, stop at Micro Center and get a new keyboard so this is not so painful. That's like a good plan. I'm sure I can get enough money for something to last me at least 6 months. I'm sorry. Bizarre sense of humor, maybe. Okay, this comment was answered on the January 3rd live stream. Thank you for watching. Actually, I just started it. How about some grammar? This is where I need a Grammarly sponsorship to help me out. If I say Grammarly a lot, perhaps the AI will pick it up in the closed caption editor, and that data can be sold, and they'll know who to advertise their sponsorships to. Alright, now to finish this, that was not the right button. At least it wasn't a bad button, it just wasn't the right button. We need a eye rolling. Hooray for eye rolling. A great emoticon. One of my favorites. Already hearted it. Going to reply to it. And we're done. Okay, GRM Adventures. On my Abandoned Rallies Ramble. That was an odd little video, but at least I didn't overstate its significance. Alright, checking. Okay. No new chats, good. I already replied to these. I don't know. I felt I had to, I don't know. I'm still ambivalent on whether or not I should sandbag the comments to answer them on these live streams like this. So I didn't know when I would get to it, and I didn't want them to, I don't know, think I was being an ignorant jerk or anything. But now he'll know how I'm doing it, and he can completely check out, or he can play along. Either way is another guy, another YouTuber, all historically marked, JRM Adventures, Charleston Pinball Arcade. These are all content creators of not exact, but Venn diagram adjacent areas of subjects. I mean, historically marked doesn't really do retail stuff that much, and I don't think GRM Adventures does a whole lot. He does a lot of retail, but he doesn't do like a whole lot of Route 66 stuff. And these are areas Charleston Pinball Arcade dabbles in too. And of course, I like to have a hand in all of those ones, so that I guess that explains a lot. It's pretty cool. But I just want to point out that these are all more prominent YouTubers with bigger audiences than little old me. So it's really nice and flattering that they would come by to my little channel and stop and talk to me on my little videos. And so yeah, he says I beat him to this. This was just absolutely hilarious. I'm like, dude, I waited 5 years. Try to give him an encouraging comment there. Okay, so I didn't answer this one. Now I can. I've already hearted it. So this will be easy. All I'm going to have to do is just slap this copy-paste phrase that I made for myself. And wing it in here. I'm sure he'll hear about it. And he'll go, what the heck? And maybe, just maybe, he'll come here and find it. Are we done? So yeah, that was hilarious because I mean, I filmed this 4.5 years ago. I was going to publish it last year. I think I might have explained that in the video. I keep thinking it's unusual for me to kind of, I don't know what I'm doing. Breaking through the fourth wall in the videos about YouTube and the YouTube sphere. But I'm probably, delusional on that. I probably do it all the time, even though in my head, I'm always saying I don't. All right, there you go. Goodbye. With that comment responsibility and another one. Yes, definitely sandbagged this one from a member subscriber. TD0911. A potential problem with this store is that it is almost too purpose-built. You need to find a tenant who needs a double drive-thru. Never mind, I can think of one. Care to share this thing with us here? Now you got me wondering. So great. You refuse to tell us. Now I'm going to sit here and imagine what you're talking about. Hey, I got a response on my poll. 100% yes. So where is how many people answered? One vote. Not easy to, you have to expand it to see it. All right, so we have one person watching and 8.3 billion and change not watching. So just imagine that the no, okay, I'm just kidding around. Be back in a few seconds.
Okay, I'm back. All this rambling on and on is thirsty work. Alright, get back to this screen here. Right. And we'll leave that open. Okay.
So I was going to imagine what you were talking about. Things that could use a double drive-thru. Well, obviously any kind of fast food restaurant. For Taco repurposed one of these things. It's too small to be a pharmacy. A coffee store. Coffee would work. A little coffee store. Can't think of much else there could be of a drive-thru that you would want. They don't really do drive-thru liquor stores around here. Okay, well, how do we conclude? Let's see. Well, he knows the score. He knows how this works. So we'll give him a heart and a reply, and we'll just let him know that we talked about him behind his back on the live stream. Because I don't think he's here. Because I don't know if anyone's here. Let me check the YouTube screen. It says 1 concurrent viewer maximum. The only evidence I have is 1 person watching. But I have no faith in these YouTube numbers. There could be 18 people watching. Okay, so what happened on the last live stream is it said I had 4 concurrent viewers at one time, and then when I ended the stream, it said that I had 4 total, but it already had more views and viewers than that. So I don't really know how this is calibrated for that. Maybe these numbers that I do are just way too small for them to register properly or be of any value. Because if you're, let's say, a guy with 100,000 subscribers, you might be getting 2,000-3,000 people in your chat, and the margin error of 10% still shows you a good result, a measurable result for comparison. All right. There we go. Okay. Yes. And here's Charleston Pinball Arcade again, who I need to go to his channel and make some comments on some of his stuff. He's done some cool stuff that I've watched, and well, you see how I get. I just take too long to do this stuff. I just don't rush this stuff. I like to think about what I'm saying and things like that. So, and then of course trying to type it out can be ridiculous. But I ought to be a little more social, I guess. It's my excuse is I'm furiously trying to work out all the stuff I want to put out. I mean, I've got stuff to put out, and that takes up so much time. I need to watch less. I need to watch less news, but boy, is that hard in 2020 anything. 2020 any pick a year. If it starts with 2020. Ugh. All right. What was I rambling on about? Oh, I have started working on the next new video. I made that post about the channel going out of town, and so I've got that video working. If you want to hear about it for a minute, it's going to be another hyperdrive. It's been a good couple of years since any hyperdrives have come out, and one of the extremely earliest videos started with a quote hyperdrive. So this is a little bit of return to an old school form in some ways, but
it'll be the 9th edition, and it's one I've been thinking about since. Been thinking about this hyperdrive pretty much since I planned the road trip, and it was shot in 2024, and it's pretty substantial. It's probably going to be the bulkiest hyperdrive yet, but I think it's going to be pretty cool, and I think it'll be worth it. And I look forward to having it completed. And then after that, I don't really know what I'm going to do, but I've got a list of 32 projects, large and small, to start chomping on. And I don't know, maybe I'll start asking people which ones I should focus on, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep the gaps between publishings from being too big, I think, is really what I'm trying to do. So there's a lot of that at play. So let's, for the comment stream, go ahead. I don't think he needs another response. I'm just going to read this out to you real quick. Well, he had another comment. I guess it's not showing it because I responded. He was questioning whether or not this was a Rally's, because it was a Checkers, because Rally's and Checkers are basically, they're the same company now, and I explained this in my comment too here. So I don't know if he I don't know if he was just starting up conversation, maybe, if he had heard of Rally's, if he knew how in bed they were together, how close they were, and all that. So I went ahead and offered what I knew about it, and I just kind of learned this in a kind of an interesting source. I watched an old episode of Undercover Boss about it, and that's where I kind of learned this. And it was kind of coincidental. I didn't see the episode and say, I'm going to make the abandoned Rally's footage on the back burner now. And I didn't go looking for stuff about Rally's because I made a Rally's video. They really just kind of passed through my life and moment of motivation together. Kind of curious how that is. But anyways, according to them, Rally's was started in 1985 with a double drive-through thing and a simple menu, and then in 1986 on the other in another part of the country, like Rally's was Florida and the other one I don't remember, but Checkers was like a West Coast thing basically, and they did the same thing like in 1986, and they operated separately for 13 years before they decided to merge. And that's kind of a curious situation as far as the copying, and they weren't the only two double drive-throughs. There was like a couple other things. Well, yes, which I learned from Mr. Arcade here. So he, in response to all that, he said he did some research, and there were other brands similar in the area. One was Zips, and Snaps was around your area. Just feeling the location didn't start as a Rally's. I don't really know, come to think of it. I suppose in the 80s it could have been a Zips. I don't really know. I remember when it was open and being scared to go there because of the area and the lack of popularity it had, because that's kind of an indicator of a place you might want to avoid if it never ever seems to get popular. All right, we have 2 votes on the poll. That's 1 for every 4 billion people. Never heard of Snaps. I replied to all of this. I even had to make a silly joke about it, that I've heard of Zips but not Snaps, and I've always been a button guy. It's not even true. I just wrote that. I don't know if I care. I care that the clothing stays on, not how it's fastened. Doesn't fall off in public and be embarrassing, that kind of thing. And he appreciated my fun pun. We should give him a heart for that. What kind of rude guest doesn't do that? And then here's Jason Womack 4064. I glazed over this last time because I had already answered it. Not totally sure why. Anxieties, I guess, which I have practiced handling more in this one, and hopefully that'll be kind of a benefit out of doing these more often. I still haven't gone around to announcing them yet. I don't feel like I want to bother people about it. That on there. So, okay, and this was back again on the post I made about Adam the Woo, which is still making everybody quite sad. I'm not in a position, I don't feel in a comfortable position to go on about it and trying to glom on to the news in some sort of self-serving way. I salute respectfully from a distance. But that's what this was about. I kind of glaze these over. I know this guy has been around forever. Look, publicly subscribed for 6 years. Hopefully, answering his comment like this doesn't make him go away. But these get hearts and spirit. I'm not gonna click them. I don't know. It's an odd subject. I just don't want to be out for myself on this one. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm going over the top here. I would love to have met him, but I would have hated to be in one of his videos. So that kind of thing, hero meeting, is not real high on my agenda. But that doesn't mean I would outright refuse on any kind of bizarre stance. Oh, hey, look, we're back to where we were. This is sweet. This is from the last live stream. This will be really nice. I'll know where to stop. But I appreciate you, Jason. And I believe this guy's name is also technically Jason, so there's two Jasons. And answer that. Now, while we're here, I'm doing it not so bad in a lot of ways because it's only been 75 minutes. Okay, well, we're going to go deeper into the list because I had them sorted incorrectly. So this is stuff that got missed in the last live stream, and I wondered about it. I didn't think about it until later. But there's some nice comments in here that got overlooked because YouTube didn't think they were important enough for my attention. So let's make sure we get them nicely covered now. I might go back on this list until we reach a year. Don't worry, it won't be that bad. It's not like 50 weeks to go. There's a lot of skips. So I'm having a hard time interpreting what this picture is. And it's tickle. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And I'm not sure what it's a coined thing of. I could speculate, but that would just probably be silly, so let's not. And what they had done here is they had just simply asked on the last Christmas South County, was it closing? And then I guess they Googled something or watched more of the video, and they decided, never mind.
and here they are. I don't really know what to do with them. I wish there was kind of a way to clear these off without answering them, because realistically, you're never going to answer every comment. You never, sometimes you just don't want to open a can of worms. Sometimes you don't know what to say. I mean, obviously, people have lots of reasons. I've mentioned before, previously, in other places and streams, there's a school of thought that you never answer any comments. And there's probably a reason for that. And, well, that's not this channel. This is this channel. Self-absorbed, narcissistic. We just talk about Dozenspeed here if we can possibly help it. Anyway, I wish I could clear those off. I can report them or delete them. I don't want to take his comments off. I guess they're not doing a whole lot. It's just one of those things. But here's one that got overlooked, and I was rather bummed about this because YouTube didn't tell me this was important, and I didn't research it hard enough or wasn't confident enough. But again, we all know the name. A real gem of your channel. Hang on every bit of footage. You're absolutely right. Thank you very much for the fine compliment. I feel the same way. I was very excited to get this piece of footage when I did, and it was very satisfying to edit. This was a great moment, a good feather in the cap. So I need to say something nice. Thank you most kindly. Oh, you got the most kindly added. And we'll put some sort of humble face on this, perhaps. I don't use this one. I don't know if I've ever used this one. I certainly don't use it often if I do. But I feel like it's appropriate. You can see what I mean. That's supposed to be some sort of pleased with myself, reverent, humble, humility, respectful thing. Now, we just have to go over here, snag one of these, slapdash it in here like a form letter of indifference. Reply and hearted. Hooray. Alright. I do feel like I talked about this one. Patrick Schneider, 1289. He feeling some frustrations with what always seems suspicious. I can't totally blame you or disagree. Also struggle to acknowledge it. I don't want to be the one saying who did what, but we know not everybody does the ethical thing. I don't know who does what. I don't know who's ethical and who's not. It just smells bad. And that's, I guess, for others to fight and argue about. I'm just a bystander. Here's another one. This is critical. I mean, this is the real deal here. I mean, everyone talks about how fake everything is, bots and comments and AI creators. This is, I'm sorry, but what you're watching here is real, I guess. Authentic. Oh, cool, a new comment. I got to read on the chat here. I have to read that. Let me finish my thought. Oh, it's gone. Now the thought's gone. Now I'm distracted. Okay.
Star Drifter 90. I really enjoy your channel. I wish I saw you on earlier. I just saw you live. Happy New Year. Awesome. Well, thank you. I'm trying to be low key as I get these going. I'd like to yeah, this is fun. This is kind of a cool fun. I didn't really think this would be my bag. I mean, 15 years ago, I never thought I'd put videos on YouTube, for that matter. I don't think I even watched YouTube 15 years ago. I was in other things, but that's nice. Thank you so much. This was really good. This is good for me too, I think, for my own social development, my ongoing social development as a participating person on the planet. And honestly, you put a lot of work into a video, and it gets very small amount of comments. It feels, I guess, a sort of lonely, and this is helpful to that. And I was thinking about this too, if I may go on for a moment. I know what the numbers are in the game of YouTube, and it's easy to look at them and compare and just feel really, really insignificant. And it's human nature and natural to crave pardon me, my nose is getting stuffed up all of a sudden, which is kind of annoying, making it hard to talk. You always crave more. It's human nature. And I definitely have been feeling this for a good while. I've been honestly feeling the balance of my effort to the procurement of a audience, I guess, has felt undersatisfying. But very recently, with the help of these kind of live streams, and the comments I get, it's really, really small. Let's call it the community of the Dozenspeed channel. But there is one, a real one. And it's going to start out small, but it's positive, and it's reoccurring, and it's, however slightly and slowly, it's moving in the right direction. And I want to be grateful for that and appreciative of that, and not always be, woe is me, everyone's got more subscribers than I do, and how come nobody watches my videos, And sometimes I look at my back catalog, and I have a bipolar perspective on it. And sometimes I can look at my numbers and go, what am I doing? This is a joke. I put in hours and hours of effort, and it seems like barely anybody watches it, because you can take, let's say a video has 100 views on it, and it's a 10-minute video, but if the average watch time is only 5 minutes, then does it have 100 views? No, at best it has 50 views. And of course there's all bits and pieces that all make up that fractional number, but I immediately kind of look at that instantly and recognize that. So for, one of my bigger videos that has 17,000 views on it, doesn't really have 17,000 views on it. It's got 17,000 clicks at maybe 25-30%, which is, well, I don't know how standard that is, but it seems like that's something that would happen to a whole lot of people. And then also I look at, this is a video I actually made, little old me, YouTube viewer who made a video and got 5-figure clicks on it. I got half a dozen videos with 5-figure clicks on it. And that feels like a pretty big accomplishment, especially, if you're telling your mom or your grandma, oh, I made a video, Grandma, and it got 10,000 views on it. Well, Grandma's going to think that's wonderful. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. But meanwhile, there's channels going under because their views are down to 10,000 or their views are down to 100,000 because they're running some high dollar, high operational costs, high profit. I don't know if it's high profit, high money in, high money out. Hopefully, there's a profit in there somewhere. You can spend $1 million making $1.1 million. Or should I say, you can spend $1 million profiting $100,000 because you're paying out $1 million at the same time. And that's cool and all, but that's a lot of equity in play for the percentage. What am I talking about? I don't know. I should probably stop. So I'm gonna stop talking about that one subject. I'm not gonna end the live stream yet. I still have more nonsense to spew. Okay, so we answered our chat friend, and we still have 2 votes on the poll that have both claimed they were watching, at least when they answered the poll. Always think of stuff like that. I'll spare you the example. I was going to make some comparison to a Futurama episode, and I don't know why. Why do I need to come up with metaphors? I don't. So yes, back to this important comment from Alex Mathieson. Interesting you held on to this footage for 3 years. I thought this was just another abandoned building in downtown, so I'm surprised to find out that at least a couple of floors look like they were in use. Okay. I think only the bottom floor was in use. And I mean, the reason that, okay, so I hold on to a lot of footage for various reasons. Some of them are emotional and silly. And that might have come into play to some degree here. But really, I held on to the footage because the idea was always to do a before and after. The building was supposedly going to be renovated, and it almost really didn't matter. What mattered was is somehow I convinced someone to let me in there. And oh, thanks for deleting my happy face, you punk. And I didn't squander the opportunity. I was just excited for the opportunity, and I had it in my archive for the comparison pictures. There's a lot of ongoing stories I feel like I'm recording, and some of them have made it out, and some of them haven't. And some of them are not finished stories yet either. They all kind of are in play and in flux. I can think of at least 2 that are wrapped up and I haven't put together yet. And they're in town, so you probably aren't going to see those for a while. And for both of those subjects, some of the footage is almost 8 years old. And some of the footage on the other one, when did they start doing that? 2022, 2021, something around there. And both of these projects have been finished up for like 2 years, maybe 1 or 2 years, and I still haven't gotten around to the video. So I save all kinds of footage. Um, a lot of times I think, I record the same thing at multiple points of time. Tower T golf is a good one. I've put out a little Tower T stuff, but in there somewhere is a big fat third video that's supposed to conclude the story. But I'm not sure I have all the pieces of it yet. I'm just kind of taking my time with it. But what I'm really proud about with the Tower T is that I have that footage before they took it apart. The golfing there with the mini golf, which they didn't really replace to my satisfaction, but that corny, touristy mini golf place they had there, in addition to the rest of the driving range, that was my favorite part. That's the, what do you call it, camp or kitsch that I thought was the neat part of it. Batting cages too. I like batting cages. I haven't been in a batting cage in a million years, but anyway, it's just really cool to collect pieces of film. There's a big famous book, and I'm sure there's loads of versions of it, but I remember seeing this coffee table book called Then and Now. It's very prominent. I've probably seen it in 100 places over the course of time, and I just like that concept. I like a picture of a street of Washington Avenue in 1915 compared to 2015. That's just neat stuff. So I kind of do that with my videos. And I think only really the bottom floor had anything going on in it. The other one was maybe storage or just stuff. But I think what's interesting to note is that the building was in really good condition. It was not leaking or graffitied or damaged, and around here in St. Louis, you may or may not know, there were all these couples warehouses. I think it was named after somebody. I should know this. Cupples. Not dating couples or married couples. Just anyway. And some of them were saved and converted into things, but a lot of them got torn down, and a lot of them deserve to be torn down. They were, you know, um, not everything historic. Not all these old brick buildings in St. Louis, to be fair, were built with the top integrity. And the reason that some of them fell apart quicker than others and were neglected more than others and not maintained as much as others were because they were kind of not worth it. The workmanship may have been subpar, or the materials may have been subpar. Um, you know, Unless it's something like the Brown Mansion up on St. Louis Avenue, that was, I believe, built really, really solid and very, very worth saving. But not all of the couples warehouses may have been. And so everybody had to fight that out for a long time between the preservationists, the developers, and the politicians, and the bean counters. And I guess I was sad to see this building go because, we already had to leave a lot of that go, and it wasn't necessary. This was still a viable, solid structure, in my opinion, and it was just someone's careless and neglect, and, it was, I think it was a combined effort of carelessness and neglect that we don't have those buildings today. And we should learn from our mistakes and knock that stuff off. This comment was answered. I've already kind of preloaded this. Great, thank you. Da da da. Hey, some other people like this comment too. That's pretty cool. I like to see that. Other people supporting other people. And you're back. Okay. This was before I started doing this bit. So you see how this did this to me here. We're back to liminal wallies. And a little undersung hero video of mine that I like. I really like the way that one came out. It was fun to put together. It gives a surreal ambiance and vibe that I feel I was proud to create. Now, what are my inspirations for making content like that and the backrooms? I don't totally know. It's a conglomeration of bunches of things. Almost every artist has a conglomeration of interests that got them to be how they are and who they are and what they like to make. And I can elaborate in the future. If you subscribe and stay tuned, perhaps you'll get these secrets out of me over time. Someone found out I like Dr. Pepper. You never know. Oh, I remember this. Okay, so you see what I mean? There's a lot of time jumps here. Here's another guy, another prominent YouTuber from out there in the wheelhouse of content. I have some stuff to say about this guy. And he comes around once in a while. I think pretty sure he's subscribed to the channel. He's been around for a while. Always a pleasant and positive fellow. Yeah. Optopolis. He's a guy, I think he's from Wyoming area. He's in that corner. The Colorado, Wyoming, from what I can gather of his comment. He's up there somewhere. And, you know, that's what's kind of cool about different guys on YouTube in different areas of town. There's not a lot of people, I don't think, that I've seen. I mean, sure, there's going to be whatever you call us. I don't really care for any of the labels. I could probably invent one, but whatever you call people like these other YouTube creators going around out in the world filming things and making videos about them, disappearing retail and history and tourist and various stuff, whatever you call us, I don't think there's a lot of them. I don't know of anyone else in the Wyoming area. Surely lots of California. Adam the Woo is from Florida and California, kind of, really. And a lot of East Coast people. Pennsylvania, Ohio. The two biggest dead mall guys, I believe, are in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. Figure that one out. And South and North Carolina, the Carolinas, a lot of activity there too. And that just kind of might be, but you know, surely there's, you know, a guy, and there, you know, does every state have a Dozenspeed? Is the question, or an Optopolis, or a historically marked, or a Charleston Pinball Arcade? You see what I'm saying? So that's his story, and he picked up his camera and started doing the thing for his area, and that's commendable. One thing that's commendable I have discovered on his channel, again, a channel that I really don't have a lot of time to watch and engage on. And then here's another conundrum too. When I do, I have this guilty feeling that if I comment, that I'm just there to promote myself. I'm only making a presence so that, you know, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know, necessarily, but I'm super conscientious of it, and so it bugs me. And I don't want everyone to be like, oh, you just come here plugging your stuff on my videos, trying to glom onto my popularity because I've got twice as many subscribers as you. I don't want any kind of flack or accusations of that nature, so I guess I'm just over self-conscious about it. But I saw a video on his that, pardon me for being high and mighty or something. Not high and mighty. What am I trying to say? Mm, I don't know what I'm trying to say. But what I want to say is this video seemed to be a bit of a divergence, and in my opinion, a good evolution for his channel and his objective. When I started my channel, I had different ideas of what I was going to do and how I wanted to do things, and it has actually really slowly evolved into whatever this is now, and I'm still not sure where it's going. I'm kind of just winging it, but I can confirm that this isn't exactly what I set out to do, or this wasn't the plan. This is years of contemplation and experience and thinking about it and observation, and evolving down to what we have today. And I can only imagine that he's going through a similar thing. It's a normal, natural thing everybody does. Everyone gets better, everyone evolves, everyone changes their interests slightly or evolves them. I keep saying that, I'm sorry. And the compliment I'm trying to pay this guy is he went to a local bookshop, I think it was, that had been in business a long time and was closing down, semi-sadly, but not totally sadly. And this guy went there to film it before it did, got the owner on camera to talk about it and give a nice commemoration video. And I thought that was awesome. I thought it was a kind of thing that I like to do and I would do, but I can't be in Wyoming to cover things. I can't cover all the stuff going on in my own zip code. So there's only positive support for that kind of activity or message. And I'm going to give him one of these to confuse him, give him a notification, and he'll be like, what live stream are you talking about? And then he'll come in here and he'll find this. Okay, I'll be merciful here. I haven't been very good at this. I would love to do this, but boy, it would take a lot of effort. But I'm gonna try to give this guy a timestamp. About an hour and how long have we been running? 44 minutes. Oh my gosh. Minutes. In. That way, I don't make. Because what will happen is he would watch it. Be like, oh, he's going to talk about me in his live stream. And then he'll watch it for an hour and 42 minutes. And he'll never find it. And he'll be like, well, that was stupid. So let's give him a little help. I think we need another emoticon. Despite the inconvenience. What kind of emoticon do we want? A wink. A wink is good. A little bit of kindness to not make him suffer through all of that. I mean, he can if he wants to, obviously. You know what this live stream probably be really good for? Insomnia. It might work a treat. All right, let's visit this. This was pretty funny. Oh, I feel like I've talked about this. The AI narrator is not good at all. I got like 2 comments about being an AI narrator on 2 different things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I talked about it. I got this one, and he never responded. And then another one, the guy responded, and it was awesome, and we all worked it out. We were friends, and then he deleted the whole thing. All right, I said I wanted to get all the way back through a year, but now I'm getting conscientious of how long this is going, and I think I want to stop. So, who? Yes, I'm afraid the motivation for that is dying. So I don't have to just do this, you know. If anybody wants to ask me a question on the live stream in the chat, I will. You have a couple of minutes before I give up. 146, that's a long one. That's a long time to sit here and listen to me. But let's refresh this. And we have cleaned up our comments, and I've gotten to, you know, most of the important people, I believe. Response status, unresponded, maybe that one. This has a new reply. No, it doesn't. It's answered. Just unresponded then. There we go. Yes. That clears a lot of stuff up, doesn't it? Alright. A lot of these are confusing or out of context. I don't understand them. I'm sure I've talked about some of them before. No need to go over it anymore. We'll go ahead and wrap this up. I don't see any questions for me. Anything. Hey, it says 5 concurrent viewers. Is that like an all-time record or right now? Okay. Hey, we got 3 votes. 3 people watching the stream. Hooray. So this is where the music's been coming from the entire time. The good old relaxing rural autumn drive. Video that's unavailable right now because I'm going through a copyright claim on it. There's a story if you want to hear a story. You want to hear a YouTuber grieve about the pains and struggles of YouTube. This is a video that's over 3 years old. It's 3.5 hours long. I think it has something like 30 songs in it from our friend Purple Cat. Super chill music for driving to. And anyway, they're all Creative Commons songs, and for some reason, after 3 years of no problems, I get a wow. The AI or something picked up a song super deep into the video and claimed it sounded like some other song, and it doesn't. It's not the same song at all, and I'm just waiting out the clock for them to not do anything about it so I can get my 3 cents for Hi Renee, I've been answering your comments here. And the Great River the Great River Road is awesome. It's not the only footage I have of it. I got a beautiful sunny hyperdrive, which if you're just getting here, the next video is going to be a hyperdrive. But it won't be the Great River Road. It's the most ambitious hyperdrive yet. Hyperdrive 9. And I'm not going to give away any secrets about it, but I've started working on it. It's going to be a whopper. I don't know how many days it's going to take. It's one of those ones you look at and you're like, it's not, doesn't look like it's too hard to put together, but in actuality, to make it kind of nice and congealed and finished, it does take a bit of effort and whatnot. Oh boy. Well, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm caught up on my comments now, and I'm going to begin the Midwest goodbye here as I wrap this up. Maybe we can get this done in less than 2 hours. And I haven't seen Star Drifter 90 in a while, but I remember now. And that's good to know, because he seemed very, he was been very positive on the YouTube efforts for a long time now, and I'm not out there as much in the world, so I don't know why it's been a while since I've seen you, but it's good to know you're hanging in there. I'm still hanging in there too. Oh, okay. Sweet. He's been watching all this time. Yeah, it's been quite an interesting involvement. And I hope you like the stuff I've got going forward. I could talk about that. I teased a little bit of this last time, or maybe I didn't. But since my most closest intimate audience is here, I can give out the juiciest secrets of upcoming content. Something you may not expect that I'm going to do is a hotel review. Now, obviously, hotel reviews are a channel genre thing, and there's big, huge, profitable, well-known creators who review restaurants, review hotels. Bright Sun Travels, for one. And, man, they're really good at it, and everybody loves it. And I am going to make my version of a travel. Hey, look. Hop Topless is here. Hooray. My ploy worked. My ploy of commenting, I'm talking about them on live stream, totally worked. You got suckered in. Welcome. That's okay. That's all right. I'm going to leave the stream up, of course. If I don't listen to it too often, I don't have too much urge to take it back down. So I'm going to try to respect that. This is one's... you people are only encouraging me, because look, I have 4 votes on my poll now. And it says 7 concurrent viewers. And this is sweet. So, it's nice to have some validation that this is a working maneuver. Sorry I keep going on about that. Hey, what was I talking about? Oh, hotel room reviews. I'm going to do my own kind of version, which, will be pretty useless. But that's okay, because I've honestly advertised it as pretty useless. I'm not pretending that I know what I'm talking about. And honestly, this shouldn't be hard to predict, but imagine me doing a hotel review. It's probably going to have some liminal middle of the night footage in it. And that's maybe what will make it different. Maybe that's, if you need a real hotel room review video, you can find them. You don't always get notified no matter how you set your notifications. I don't have a whole lot of channels that I'm subscribed to a lot of channels. I think 3 of them are I want to know everything that happens. And yeah, it still doesn't do it. I still don't get community posts, for example. What's funny though is I get an email to myself when I go on live stream, as if I didn't know. Perhaps if my channel was hijacked and someone did it, that would be pretty bad, and I would want to know that. Maybe that's the reason for it. But I just find it kind of amusing that after I stop the live stream, I check my email and it lets me know I live streamed. It's just a little kind of amusing. I'm starting to run out of video here, so that's good news. We're coming into Alton here in the old relaxing rural drive video, so it's getting ending soon. I gotta wrap this up. I gotta figure out what to say and maybe figure out what to use in music next time. But I'm stoked. I'm feeling more encouraged and enthusiastic than I have. Maybe I'm not all the way back to January 2020 levels, but this is kind of the closest I felt. And I think the idea of going out of town and doing some of these other content things, I actually have 4 hotel review videos. Now, of course, they're not all going to come out 4 in a row, and they're not going to be worth very much, but, you know, they might be worth something. I won't say they aren't. It's just kind of a cool thing to try. I like to try all kinds of different little things. There's a couple of parody videos I've made, and then I have another parody video idea for something major in the future that we're not ready to talk about. But, you know, just one off here and there. It's just kind of fun. It's fun to make different kinds of videos. And there you have it. Anyways, I feel like I left about 5 subjects started and dropped off the table. I apologize for that. It gets kind of wayward. That's the problem with a live improvisational human trying to talk and fill up all this space. I'm really amazed at how well it's going. I'm amazed. I didn't know I could ramble this well. Who knew, right? So, yes. Videos from different directions, different locations, different eras of time, and different subject matters coming your way. I don't have much of a plan after the hyperdrive. Let's just get that done as soon as I can and up onto the air. Another reason to live stream tonight, what was good, was because it's filler. And I'm trying to, I don't know, be more consistent or something, I guess. So little posts, little polls, little updates. Retail people. I suppose that's a good, that's a fair enough term. We can call them that. Retail people spread across the state. Wait. I noticed retail people spread across the states like population density. Most of us are not out in the Northeast, but a few spread through the country. By the way, I'm on the time now. Okay. Well, I successfully talked until that video was over. I failed to stop in less than 2 hours, and I'm still going. And this is a curious insight to my algorithm for you to look at and study. And also serves as like a newspaper headline of this date in January 3rd on 2026. Just another monumentally historical day. On planet Earth. Yeah, I bet it looked like the stream died because there was a video playing in the background that just ended. Okay, so in concluding the Midwest goodbye, I'm going to leave on this high note. Looking forward to getting back to the hyperdrive project. Hopefully it will be up soon, and it will come to me what I want to do next. And I'm going to work harder, or I'm gonna lean into this, not answering your comments until I get to a live stream like this, and kind of knock them all out at once. It'll make it like an event for myself, something to look forward to, maybe something for you guys to look forward to. Um, I just worry that, someone writes me a nice comment and I don't answer it for 2 weeks. I kind of look like a jerk. But over time, as the diehard audience kind of begins to see how it goes here, maybe it'll work. We'll see. Or I'll throw the whole idea out the window and never bother you again. I find I can't cover everything in my own zip code. That is cool to hear, because my impression, that's really cool that you have that positive outlook on it. Because I'm lucky to live in St. Louis, where crumbling brick buildings of history are a dime a dozen. And I know there's some vintage stuff out there, but I wouldn't trade places with you, if that makes sense. I bet it's a great place to live. I can't wait to visit Montana one day. And I understand St. Louis can be kind of a scary, dingy place. But as from a content perspective, I'm glad that, you find a satisfying quantity of things uh, to do. I have to find a way to focus on things so often. I've focused for following me went to. Well, that's probably smart. I think I do the opposite. I think I only do what I want to do. Maybe that's not correct. But I do that because I follow my emotional wavelength of some kind, and I feel that doing that, it makes me the most productive overall. If I try to do something that's not creatively flowing, I'm doing an uphill battle, and that's going to eat more time. I get into these times where I'm gung ho for a project, and I'm in the right mood and time circumstance, and I just get so much work done so proficiently. It'll bog down later, and I'll average out. But anyway, um, oh boy. Up topless here is not helping my Midwest goodbye. Now I feel rude for shutting this down. Well, okay, I see what you're saying. We're all finding our way. Now, I agree. That's a good universal truth. Should I start pre-announcing them? I'm scared to schedule a live stream because that will probably be a disaster. Um, but I should probably maybe announce it in a community post. Not that a lot of people will see it, but that'd be kind of cool to do that. Announce in a community post when I'm going to stream. I don't want to promise any kind of schedule. I'm not going to say Saturday night thing. Um, uh, that's okay. Because I'll just fail that. I'm kind of surprised I did this again after just 1 week. But like I said, it was fun, and it's very encouraging. I've got a lot to think about and contemplate here. This is, I've done live streams before of various sorts, and it's one of those things you gotta probably do several of, before anybody knows it's a thing. Obviously, you can't just make a live stream and expect everyone to show up.
I quit doing premieres because I kept missing them the last few times I did one. We should do something like this, just so that this doesn't look... No. There we go. Okay. So we're a little shop talk here at the end of the stream. I quit doing premieres because I kept missing them on the last few times I did one. So now I only do them if I have something super duper special or something. Yeah. Well, the thing about premieres for me was, you're sold this bill of goods. Do a premiere and excite your fans, and you kind of hype yourself up for, oh, this will be sweet. My fans will show up and comment, and we'll all watch the premiere together. And then you do a few of them on your super tiny channel, and your, demographic is not terminally online. Not enough happens, and then what I didn't like was the way YouTube measured the results kind of fit out of the pattern that I was kind of used to, so it kind of messes up the comparables, because there would be concurrent viewers during the premiere and then people who clicked it afterwards, like when it was like just a regular video, and numbers and charts and statistical tracking is all complicated enough without throwing all these variables in it, which is kind of the similar thing of not doing the collabs where two creators' names are listed and you can click either one, and which channel is it on and which one is the top billing, all that kind of stuff. So but then I kind of quit doing any premieres just because, it just wasn't worth it at any level. But the temptation lured me back in, and for a couple of really special ones, it got to a point where I was like, what the heck with it. I'm going to premiere it because I like the idea of the premiere. And if no one comments on it or sees it in the premiere, then so be it. I mean, it is what it is. There's no sense in being denial about it or trying to hide it. And maybe after a few of them, maybe it will start happening. So I guess that's been my take on that. And there we go. I'll have to figure out a different thing to play for my ramblings in the next one. Don't know when it'll be. And I appreciate all of you. And I meant everything I said. I believe. I think I did. I don't think I told any porkies. And trying to think of the thing I'll think of after I end the stream. Yeah, we could definitely talk about and complain about YouTube for a while, and we can in another live stream. But I'm glad you showed up, Mr. Uptopoulos, and everybody else. It was great to see you. And of course, if you're watching this in post and no longer live, I appreciate all of that too. And it's time to get off the horn here and get on to the next thing. Sometimes this is a problem. Sometimes I quit editing the video and I'm done with it and it's uploaded. I just sit there because it's you're driven to a goal, and then you hit the goal and you're still kind of running, and you're like, it takes me a minute to figure out what I'm going to do next. I will have a good night. Thanks for being part of my night and whatnot, Mr. Uptopoulos and everybody else. Thank you, and I will see you guys around. Take care.